Every manipulator is betting on one thing, that you will mistake intention for sincerity. Most people lose that bet. Become the fox. Detect traps before they spring. In the shadowed courts of Florence, Niccolo Machiavelli watched men rise and fall not by the strength of their armies alone, but by the sharpness of their perception. He knew that the world is a den of lions and foxes, and while lions command respect through raw force, it is the fox who survives the snares laid in the grass. To protect yourself from manipulation is to become that fox, cunning, watchful, forever one step ahead of the hunter. The manipulator does not announce himself with trumpets. He arrives softly, draped in the garments of friendship, admiration, or shared purpose. His weapons are not swords, but words, gestures, silences, tools so subtle that the unwary feel only warmth until the blade is already buried deep. Your first and greatest defense is to cultivate the art of seeing what others wish to conceal. Begin with the eyes. Train them to linger not on the surface, but on the discrepancies. When a man showers you with praise, ask yourself, what does he gain if I believe it? Flattery is the oldest snare in the book, cheap to produce and devastating in effect. The manipulator knows your ego is a door left ajar. He needs only to push gently. Notice how the praise is timed. Does it arrive precisely when you are vulnerable, doubtful, or in need of alliance? Does it feel generic, as if it could be applied to anyone, or suspiciously tailored to secrets you thought were yours alone? The fox does not bask in the warmth of such words. He notes their temperature and calculates their purpose. Listen not just to what is said, but to what is omitted. The manipulator excels at selective truth. He will tell you 9 truths to smuggle in one lethal lie. Observe the pattern. Are certain topics always deflected with charm? Are questions about his own motives met with jokes, indignation, or sudden concern for your well-being? These are the footprints of deceit. An honest man may stumble in his story. A manipulator glides too smoothly, every sentence polished to deflect scrutiny. Watch the body when the mouth speaks. Words can lie, but the flesh betrays. Does his smile reach the eyes, or does it freeze at the corners like a mask? When he leans in with apparent sincerity, do his feet point toward escape? Micro-expressions flicker like lightning, contempt curling one lip, fear tightening the jaw. Most people ignore these signals, trained as we are to privilege words over instinct. But you are becoming the fox now. You will learn to read the storm before the rain falls. Study the rhythm of reciprocity. Manipulators are masters of calculated generosity. They give a small favor today to demand a larger one tomorrow. The gift is never free. It is an investment. Notice how quickly they remind you of past kindnesses when they need something. True generosity flows without ledger. Manipulation keeps meticulous accounts. When someone insists you owe them for trivial or unsolicited help, the trap is already closing. Learn to recognize love bombing in all its forms. It appears as overwhelming affection, constant attention, declarations of soul-deep connection arrived at impossible speed. In romance, it dazzles. In business, it manifests as the partner who treats you as indispensable from day one. In friendship, the confidant who shares secrets too soon. This flood of intensity is designed to bypass your critical faculties, to make you feel chosen, special, understood at last. But the fox pauses. He asks, why the rush? What deadline drives this urgency? Intense emotion offered too early is almost always a prelude to control. Beware the shared enemy tactic. Nothing binds people faster than common hatred. The manipulator will gift you a villain, another person, a group, an institution, and invite you to join him in righteous fury. Once you accept the enemy, you accept his framing of the world. Your critical thinking toward him softens because you are now allies in battle. The fox resists this seduction. He examines the offered enemy with the same skepticism he applies to the offerer. Often, the true threat sits across the table wearing a smile. Develop an instinct for inconsistency. Manipulators juggle multiple masks. The version of themselves they show you may differ radically from the version shown to others. Quietly gather intelligence. Does their story shift depending on the audience? Do subordinates flinch when their name is mentioned? Do former allies speak of them with bitterness veiled as regret? Triangulation is their art. They pit people against each other while appearing neutral or concerned. If you hear "I hate to say this, but," followed by poison about someone else, know that you will be the subject next. Practice strategic naivety. Sometimes the best way to expose a trap is to appear to walk into it, briefly, carefully, with eyes wide open. Let the manipulator believe you are charmed, flattered, convinced. Watch how quickly he escalates demands once he senses weakness. The fox plays dumb not from ignorance but from power. He invites the hunter to reveal the location of every snare. Above all, cultivate ruthless self-honesty. Manipulators succeed because they exploit desires we refuse to acknowledge. Our need to be liked, to be right, to be seen as generous or clever. Examine your own blind spots without mercy. Where are you most vulnerable to flattery? To guilt? To the promise of belonging? The fox who knows his own scent cannot be tracked by it. In time, this vigilance becomes second nature. You will enter rooms and feel the currents of intent like changes in air pressure. You will hear the false note in a symphony of lies. You will sense the weight of unspoken agendas pressing against conversation like unseen hands. This is not paranoia. Paranoia sees threats where none exist. True perception sees threats that others deny. The world is not uniformly malicious, but it contains predators who have refined their craft over lifetimes. To refuse to see them is not virtue, it is surrender. Become the fox. Move silently through the grass. Let others mistake your quiet observation for passivity. While they perform their dramas of charm and urgency, you catalogue every gesture, every pause, every calculated kindness. The traps are there, laid with patience and skill, but you have sharper eyes now. You see the glint of wire in the underbrush, the unnatural stillness where prey is expected to pass. You do not avoid the path, you simply choose when and how to tread it. And when the hunter finally realizes his quarry has been watching him all along, it will already be too late. The game belongs to the one who sees first. Rise as the fox. Observe without mercy. Detect every snare before it springs. In this art lies not just protection, but dominion.